Well, it's 14th of June, and we'll take a look what's gone on in the garden here. It's been 2 weeks since the last check-in. So this is tomatoes, romas, and San Marzanos, and they are starting to get fairly full. They're climbing the cages just fine. Birds making a racket in the background. While I'm at it, decent amount of apples are coming in, so that's looking all right. Alright, so those are doing grand. This is the peas. The peas, we went and picked all the peas that were available a couple of days ago. Got about 5 pounds of peas off of just this little stretch. And, oh, looks like we missed one or two. That's fine. I'll take care of that right now. And they're fairly gorgeous, but they've basically done their run. It's been about 4 days and I haven't seen any new flowers, so this will all come down tomorrow. The strings here, this is the cucumbers, so these are the slicing ones for like sandwiches or whatever you do. So they'll grow to be about 8 inches long, each cucumber, and the plants will just climb all summer long, so that should be fine. Here we have, so when I checked in 2 weeks ago, I still had spinach and lettuce in here. All the spinach and lettuce has been pulled, and now we have the climbing tomatoes over on this side, and these are still the eggplants, which don't look terribly different from last time. Parsley there in the middle, and these are extra Roma tomatoes, which are going to be given away. They're looking, it's very hot today, so they're a little dried up. And those are the cantaloupes, which are going to go right here where the peas had been, right into the space, right along there. Oh, well, my camera's not zoomed in properly. Garlic is, we picked all of the scapes earlier in the week and had them for dinner on Sunday, and that was interesting. They are kind of toppling over a little bit, only because the soil is kind of drying out. You can see it's kind of cracked down there, but there'll be a couple more weeks of growth on these, and we'll pick them around the 4th of July. And behind that, these are various cherry tomatoes getting ready to climb the strings. They'll come around the backside in a minute. Alright, this bed we have red cabbages, green cabbages, and they are starting to form nice little round heads at this point. They're not very big. They're only about the... yeah, they're only a couple of inches across. This one's starting to form a nice ball. This one, not so much. So it doesn't look like we have 100% progress. This one over here is doing surprisingly well, considering it was attacked by cabbages fairly badly. Behind that there is the pickling cucumbers, and they're going to start climbing. In theory, they'll start climbing this cage here shortly and cover the whole thing. And well, we'll see how it does. The strawberries are not, well, the strawberries are growing just fine, but we're not getting any strawberries off of it because the various slugs and rodents and whatever else are getting to them long before we are. This would be carrots. I just watered these, so they're all flopped over, of course. And in between the carrots is the leeks, which are just getting smothered. And back behind there is the kale. And in amongst the kale is a zucchini. And that'll do fine. This bed here is all the hot peppers. Should be anyway. Not growing very big, but they're already starting to get flowers, and there's some little baby peppers already starting to grow on them. So we'll see. That says habanero, but it doesn't look like a habanero to me. So seems to be something got mislabeled. I think I'll blame Menards on that one. That would be romaine lettuce. Those will be ready to come out here shortly. And then The beans are growing. They're, like I said earlier, they're 7 feet tall by now, and starting to get some flowers on them. We'll start getting some beans here in the next couple of weeks, and they'll keep going all the way into September. So that should be fine. Won't complain about that. Down here is some kohlrabi, and the kohlrabis are getting to be about the size of my fist, which is about the size or so that I like to pick them, and because they start to get woody on the bottom, and then that's not a lot of fun. This is all the climbing tomatoes. We just wrap them around the string. The trick with that is pick one direction and stick with it, and just do them all the same direction. Otherwise you'll confuse yourself on what you're doing, and then just come through and pick off any of the side shoots as they come in, and that'll manage. And this is all of the sweet peppers, which are also starting to form. A couple of peppers already, but they're not growing very tall, and we'll see if we can figure out why that is. Or maybe it doesn't mean anything. I don't know. Not sure why I stopped recording there. These are some extra tomatoes, I'm afraid, are just probably going to have to go to waste. So that's the bulk of it. Let's go take a look. Oh yeah, a couple other things. This is this is a mega big radish. A couple of big radishes here, which I'm just growing so that they'll go to seed. So as I liked the size of it, and so I says, well, I'll gather the seeds off of that and plant them again later on in the year. Okay. Similar with this onion here. These couple of onions are ones that were in the garden since last year, and so I'll use them to collect the seeds from them because they survived the winter fairly well, and so we'll see if I can get any growth out of that. Grapes are graping. Looks like we're going to have another decent crop of grapes again this year, so they're all looking very good so far. Of course they try to climb the trees, but that's fun to watch. And then along the back here, another grape. This is the raspberries, and so the raspberries are now starting to come in. That's my finger again. So the raspberries are starting to come in, and those are nice and sweet. But fairly soon we're going to be pulling an awful lot of raspberries every day. So that's grand. We'll figure out something to do with them. Cakes and jams and whatever, I don't know. We'll figure it out. And lastly, potato patch is looking okay. And 2 different varieties in here. Leaves are curling a little bit, so that just means I probably need a bit more water, and take care of that shortly. A couple of last things. Let's see, we have just some leftover beans, a couple of tomatoes that are in pots. Alright, and that will do it for today. Bye.